to CoSeCity, the podcast where we make corporate governance make sense. I am Neo.
And I'm Kako. Welcome to CoSeCity, produced by Bloomsbury Institute. If you've been following along, you know we've covered the core principles of corporate governance and most recently, the ESG imperative. But today we're shifting gears and frequency into the digital lane, aren't we?
That's right. This episode is called Tech, Trends and Corporate Governance. And we're talking about how tools like AI, data platforms and digital systems are reshaping how governance professionals work, make decisions and add value.
Because whether you're tech savvy or tech weary, one thing is clear. Governance is going digital and there's no stopping that. And the company secretary also has a key role to play in driving that transformation.
100%. And speaking of tech savvy or tech weary, is there a middle ground? Because I think I fall in that middle ground. But anyways, let's start with the why. So why should corporate governance professionals care about technology?
Essentially, I think because the speed, the complexity and expectation around governance are rising so quickly, tech helps us to simply keep up, basically. It also allows us to do what we've always done, but smarter, faster, and with so much more insight, which just makes it so much better to do the day-to-day, doesn't it?
Yeah, so think about today's boards that are dealing with data overload, virtual AGMs or cyber risks, stakeholder activism and cross-border compliance. Governance without digital tools, you're running uphill with a paper map in a GPS world.
Right. That is a very vivid analogy. Exactly. And technology also improves accessibility and inclusion. Digital board portals, for instance, make it easier for directors to collaborate across regions, across time zones, and for governance professionals to manage board materials effectively and ultimately securely.
100%. I mean, I've really come to appreciate that technology really isn't about replacing the role of the company secretary, but rather amplifying it.
Yeah.
It gives us smarter dashboards, real-time compliance tracking, automated reminders, which I have really come to rely on. What else does it do? And AI assisted risk analysis.
Yeah.
It takes the admin off our plate so we can really focus on the bigger picture. And let's be honest, like some of these tech-driven tools process data at an eye-watering pace. And that means we're freed up to concentrate on higher value work like strategy, governance frameworks, and driving that boardroom impact.
So I was quietly counting how long it will take us before we drop the big one, AI. So now that you've introduced it, let's talk about AI. It's everywhere, isn't it? And yes, it's entering the world of governance as well. We can't escape it. So Let's talk about AI now.
Yeah, so AI in governance is no longer a futuristic concept. I mean, it's already a critical force shaping how modern businesses operate. We're seeing tools that flag regulatory changes, scan contracts for risks, generate board packs, my favorite, and even detect patterns in audit data.
Yeah.
So take JP Morgan, for example. They're using an AI system called Coin, and this is used to review complex legal documents, a task that would typically take thousands of hours. And Coin does it in seconds. That means fewer chances for human error, faster decision making, and compliance risks are flagged way before they become a problem.
Yeah, just the data crunching capabilities is just unimaginable. Some company secretaries, myself included, are already using AI to streamline compliance workflows, automating tasks like tracking, filing deadlines, updating statutory registers, or generating alerts for directors' interest. It's time saving, it reduces human error, and lets us stay ahead of obligations without the manual grind.
Yeah, I mean, as you were saying that, I thought back to when we worked together and we had about however many clients between us.
Yeah.
And just how much, the AI systems we had in place just simplified our jobs.
But... Yeah, definitely. Super useful and effective.
And let's not forget the AI-powered sentiment analysis. So this scans news, blogs, and social media in real time to flag potential reputational risks before they even reach the boardroom. So it's already being used by major companies to track public perception and stakeholder sentiment. I think that's next level intelligence, and it's redefining how boards stay ahead of their risks.
Yeah, and with everything there's two sides to the coin, isn't there? But there's a governance side to AI too. When we speak about AI ethics, how do we measure AI decisions to be transparent? Are they unbiased? Is there regulations in place, or are we ensuring we keep it accountable? Who's responsible when an algorithm makes a mistake? These are things that we also need to be super conscious of as well when using these AI tools, Neo.
Yeah, that's so true. Because we can't just put it on the tech team.
No.
The board has to be included in the discussion, isn't it? And guess who's facilitating them? The company secretary. So we're the ones bringing structure, risk insight, and ethical perspectives to how the board engages with emerging tech.
Definitely. Because it's not just about what the technology can do, it also, a big part of it is what the technology should do. Because boards needs to be asking, is this AI transparent? Is it fair? Who's accountable when it goes wrong? And it's the company secretary who plays a role in ensuring that we keep asking those questions front and center, so they don't get drowned out by the hype and the excitement. And to be fair, there's been a lot of excitement around AI and the capabilities of AI, and ultimately the bottom line would be, if we don't engage with AI now, we'll be playing catch up later. But at the same time, it's important to stay conscious of these two sides. We've waxed the praises of AI, but also there is the other side of it that we've just touched on briefly.
Yeah, it's like join the movement or get left behind, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
So bringing it closer to home is like, what are some of the practical digital tools that make the company secretary's job a little bit easier?
Digital tools for company secretaries. First up, I would say, let's speak about board management softwares. So we have the Diligent, we have Board Effects, we have iBabs, and there's countless number of tools out there and platforms. But these platforms helps us create, distribute, update board packs, board materials, manage agendas, track actions and decision making from the board, all securely and digitally. And we've mentioned the benefits of doing this digitally earlier, didn't we?
Yep, all about time saving. And then, we've also got the compliance trackers. So we've got our Athenian or even Diligent entities again. These tools log statutory deadlines, they automate reminders and store historical filings, so you're not scrambling at the last minute. So these bring structure to what used to be a spreadsheet headache. I can tell you, seeing a spreadsheet sometimes traumatizes me.
You just can't explain. You just can't escape sometimes, unfortunately.
No, you can't, sadly.
Yeah, and then, but for things like that we get involved in a lot as well, minutes and resolutions, we have several platforms that helps with that, like Board Intelligence, just to name one, or even secure cloud docs with version control. These help track edits, approval workflows. No more email chains with 5, 10 versions of the same file to make things complicated. These just simplify things, don't they?
They really do. And just as you were saying that, I thought about the board portal platform. Forget what it must be, Board Intelligence. And I think one of the snazzy features they have is that it summarizes papers for you.
Yeah.
Which I think is brilliant, because imagine if you have a board pack that's about 1,000 pages. I have seen that before.
Yep.
Imagine. So yeah, I think it's nice to have something that just sort of summarizes stuff for you and, draws out the highlights. But yeah. But I guess whilst we're on it as well, we shouldn't underestimate the power of data visualization tools, which turn complex risk reports or ESG metrics into clear, interactive dashboards, which help boards cut through the noise, stay engaged, and make faster and more informed decisions. So we've got tools like Power BI or Tableau, which are great for this. And I've also seen boards completely shift their level of engagement when they move from dense packs to visual dashboards, which makes trends visible, risks clearer, and conversations more strategic. And I would say as well, having had to review board packs, if I don't see a good summary, I just think, oh gosh, it's going to be a long read.
Yeah, and I think you mentioned a platform that I've not even heard of there, so I'll definitely check that out outside of after this. But we're seeing more use of AI and different platforms for different things, even e-signatures, digital directors, and officers register, and real-time risk monitoring as well. The tools are out there. It's about choosing what fits your organization size, the need and maturity level of your company as well. So they're out there. You just have to find the right one that works for you.
Exactly right. But yes, so moving on. So we are going to, I suppose, dive deeper into AI, because smarter systems really bring with them more sophisticated risks.
Yeah. Let's talk about data privacy breaches, phishing scams, ransomware, internal leaks.
Yep.
These are all governance issues now, and they're becoming more and more prevalent. Boards must be equipped to oversee cyber resilience, not just leave it to the IT teams.
Exactly. I mean, just look at what happened just recently to Marks and Spencer. So a third-party cyber attack compromised the personal data of some M&S customers, and this included names, email addresses, phone numbers, delivery details. The breach wasn't an M&S's own system, it was through a supplier, but of course it still impacted M&S, so of course there's that reputational damage potentially, which of course landed squarely on M&S. It's a clear example of why third-party risks need to be, given that serious thought at board level.
Exactly. And this is where company secretaries have to work closely with IT, risks, and legal teams as well. We're the ones helping to ensure the board is cyber literate, that incident response and the plan for these when these incidents happen are in place, and that third-party vulnerabilities are being monitored and escalated before they become front-page news. Because I can remember watching this M&S news all over the TVs and newspapers. It was quite significant, wasn't it?
Yeah, no, and as you were talking about this as well, I started thinking about all the IT phishing training that we used to go to, getting a phishing email from IT thinking, like, I see you. Well. But if your board is still emailing PDFs, I think at this point we should really consider stopping. and move towards secure board portals, which exist for a reason. I mean, they need to be used.
Yeah. Governance in this digital age means protecting more than just a reputation. It's about safeguarding your people, your data, and your system. And the CoSecs, we're not on the sidelines. In fact, as we keep on reiterating throughout our episodes, we are part of the front line in ensuring that these are a priority.
Yep, sleeves rolled up, straight in there. And so if you are very early in your governance career, I would think here are some questions you should start thinking about. I mean, we shouldn't just leave it to the tech experts. So I guess the first question would be, do you have a cybersecurity incident report plan? And has the board actually seen it? How are third-party risks identified, monitored, and escalated? Are directors using secure communication channels like a board portal, or are there gaps? Of course, that means room for improvement. Who is accountable for cyber security at board level? And how often is the board briefed on cyber security risks, and in a language that they can actually understand? Because I can tell you sometimes when I ask the IT department questions and they start talking, I think, nope.
English,
please in layman terms. Yes, exactly. But yeah, so these aren't just IT questions, they are governance questions. And raising them, I would say, shows that you're thinking beyond compliance. You're actually thinking about resilience.
Yeah. And you're right. I love how you've summarized everything we've spoken about in 4 to 5 really succinct, clear questions. But where does that leave us? Company secretaries aren't just users of tech anymore. We can be drivers of the digital transformation. So where does that leave us?
Yeah, I mean, that means helping boards adopt the right tech tools, getting them to ask the right questions and develop the right digital mindset. It's also about challenging old processes that just no longer serve us. Yeah.
We can lead digital policy development, things like remote board procedures, digital record keeping, virtual meeting protocols, and also the big one here, cybersecurity awareness as well.
Yeah, that's very true. I mean, we play a role in, change management. Some directors might resist new tools, and it is our job to help bring them along through training, support, and even showing them the value of, getting on board.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, digital governance isn't just about efficiency, it's about resilience. It helps boards move faster, make better decisions, and respond to challenges with agility.
Yeah, very so.
In closing, as we come to wrapping up today's episode, which has been tech, trends, and corporate governance, we've unpacked how AI and digital tools are not just changing our workflows, but are opening new doors for governance professionals to learn, lead, and also contribute smarter, faster, and more ethically.
Exactly. I mean, technology isn't replacing us, it's just amplifying the strategic, compliance, and ethical roles we play. The future belongs to those who embrace the tools thoughtfully and lead the digital transformation in their organizations.
Yeah. Speaking of the future of the podcast on CoSeCity would be diving into the future of stakeholder management, balancing stakeholder and societal expectations. That would be our next episode, where we'll explore how governance leaders can navigate the evolving demands from shareholders, communities, regulators, societies at large as well, aren't we?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, it's going to be a vital conversation for anyone wanting to stay ahead in governance, making sure boards deliver value, not just to shareholders, but to the broader ecosystem.
Yeah, so be sure to subscribe, share, Send us your questions as well, or stories about how your organizations is managing this balance.
Yeah, no, we would definitely love to hear that.
Yeah, so thank you for listening, and we'll see you in the next episode.